seatbelts look like this. And you press the button. It comes out like that. Yes, it's very rusty. And just on that side. It must have been laying like that or something. But these are original seatbelts from a 1968 Firebird. I have 3 of these. So, if you have somebody with a 1968 Firebird and they're doing a restoration, they may want original parts. Or maybe they just need this piece or this piece. I don't care. I don't know. But I am old enough to remember when seatbelts all were like this. They say GM, Mark of Excellence. It's very tiny on there. They're very heavy. It's kind of wild how heavy they are because of all the metal in there. But you can see that it's adjustable. You see, you can make it bigger or smaller. So I have 3 of these. Here are the other 2. They have these pieces on them. I don't really recommend doing eBay anymore because of the thing that he mentioned, and what I've noticed is they don't really listen to the sellers, and you can get scammed by people. I'm convinced that woman was scamming him. She needed an excuse to send it back, and I think she broke it before she put it in there, and she knew that he would then get it and let her know, hey, it's broken. I got it in the mail. It's broken. And that's when she filed a claim with the post office and got $100. Yeah, I don't know. But one thing you want to do if you do list stuff on eBay, you want to make sure you show every flaw. I mean, every little minor thing that might be considered a flaw or a defect. You need to not only show pictures of it, you also need to mention it in the description because not everybody will look at the pictures. They may look at the description but not the pictures, or vice versa. You want to have pictures and you also want to mention it. So there's no excuse for them not knowing about it. They may still try to say they didn't know, but I don't know. I don't really deal with eBay anymore. I don't really list anything on there anymore because it just became such a hassle. But I thought I would give this stuff a try. Now here's one thing. I love these. I look for these in thrift stores all the time. It's a very unlikely item. Anybody remember these? These are Aladdin insulated mugs from the 80s and early 90s. Here we have a red one. It's in good shape too. Now these are the originals. There are different mugs that may look kind of like this, but you will know it's Aladdin because it will have Aladdin right there on the top. It's good to find one with the matching lid, and it will also have Aladdin on the bottom. And usually you'll see a number on here. Number 7. This is a 32-ounce mug. You can also find 20-ounce mugs, smaller ones, but the 32-ounce mugs sell the best, especially if they have the lid that goes with it. You can see there's a straw hole in it and a hole to drink out of. So, but these I can usually, they're hard to find. They're getting harder and harder to find because they're so old. People love these things. People collect these old mugs. I found that out by mistake. I think this was back when Glenda the Good Witch and I first got together. We were looking up something. I in a typical month, I would list 200 to 300 things a month. What I would do is I would take my phone with me if I was in a thrift store or somewhere, and if I saw an item that I thought might sell, I would pull it up. I would search for that item on eBay and look at the completed items and see what they're going for, or if they're selling at all, and see if it's worth my trouble to even try to sell it. Because back, the most I sold was back in 2016. That was when I was trying to pay off debt, save up money to buy a house, and I was kind of in the hole financially. At that point, I was selling more than that, probably more than 300 items a month. So it was like 10 a day, 10 things a day. So I was doing a lot of listing, a lot of monitoring my listings, a lot of packing, a lot of shipping, and working full time and doing YouTube and everything else. So I was very busy back then. But yeah, you always want to look. Don't just buy something because you think it will sell well. It's worth taking a minute to check and look and see. I mean, you just download the eBay app and it's very easy to search for things. Okay, but having said that, he found, I don't know where this came from, probably Goodwill, but he bought this. Now this is a vintage Guess denim jacket. It was made in Turkey. So, I think the really old ones, the ones from the 80s, were made in the USA. I think in the 90s they switched it to being made elsewhere. But, yeah. It's a men's extra large. It's not lined or anything. But I remember when everybody wore these jackets. Not so much in the 90s, but definitely in the 80s. Everybody had a jean jacket back in the 80s. I did. But it's a nice jacket. I think it's in good shape. Now, would I have bought this to sell? Probably not. But it depends on the jacket. Now, this one, I looked it up, and a lot of them are not selling at all, and the ones that do sell are only going for like $15. So I imagine he paid $5 to $7 for this. I wouldn't have bought it because you're not going to make enough to justify it. Because what you have to think about is you have eBay fees, you have PayPal fees, and whatever money is your net profit, you're going to have to pay income taxes on that. So when you figure all that in, you're not really making enough to, it's not really worthwhile. But this one time, I found a So always do calculated shipping. So the shipping price will be based on how much it weighs, the measurements of the package, and where the winning bidder lives. It depends on their zip code. That way you're going to get a more accurate amount for shipping. Otherwise, if you only charge $10 or $12 for shipping and the person lives in California, you're going to be out, probably $10 to $12 for shipping, because it's going to be way more than that. But so it's still in the box. He said he only used it once, I think. So I took a picture of the box, and then I took everything out of the box, and I took a picture of all of the contents of the box. So it's a rivet nut gun. It has a quality guarantee. That means it's wonderful. There's a little sticker right there that I just left there because I'm lazy. But look at this. It has handles like a hammer handles. Yeah. So that is a rivet nut gun. Whatever that is. Okay. This is very exciting stuff. Now we have some manuals. This looks very exciting, doesn't it? You're thinking, Mary, could possibly be in there that is of any importance or significance. Who cares? I'll show you. Whoa. This is an assembly manual for a 1969 Camaro. It was printed in the USA by TS. And there's the picture of the Camaro. I would love to have that. The cool thing about the assembly manual is if you're doing restoration on a car, it tells you every nut, every bolt, every part, down to the smallest detail. You can build the entire car from this manual. I'm not kidding. Look at this. There's just tons and tons of pages like this. Screw ASM. That's what it says. Bumper. Door ASM. Bolt. Guard ASM. Screw ASM again. And see, it's the bumper. I just opened it to a random page, but it's showing you every little piece of stuff for this. And there's the underbody. And there's a bunch of stuff down here that I don't understand at all. But look at all the detail. Tons and tons of this kind of stuff. It's amazing. Graphic. Chevrolet. Drafting graphic. Assembly instructions. So you just have page after page. It's riveting. You could sit up all night reading this. And when you were done, you would know how to build a Camaro, a 1969 Camaro. So I think that's pretty cool, actually. But look how thick it is. Wow. Page after page of information. This tells you, and it's double-sided, this little binder here tells you everything you need to know about building a 1969 Camaro. Or if you need to fix part of it or redo part of it, nice because you can select media mail for the shipping. Now, it typically takes a day or two longer, but it's a lot cheaper. So, printed materials, any kind of media, CDs, although if you were sending a CD, they're so light, honestly, first class is going to be cheaper than media mail. But if you had a whole bunch of CDs, you should be able to send that media mail. You have to check the USPS.com requirements for media mail. Don't take my word for it, but I know printed materials are considered media mail, like books or anything like that, or media mail, and it's a lot cheaper. A lot of people don't know about that, and they're not going to tell you because, well, at the post office, they're not going to know what's in the package. So, if you have a bunch of books you need to send to someone, media mail is a lot cheaper. I have one more manual. Gosh, this one's big. I don't know which way is the front. It's this way. Now, this manual makes me very happy because I want one of these. Although, the manual's not going to help me because I don't know how to build a car. I'd be better off just buying one eventually, but not now because I can't. I just spent a lot of money on air conditioning and vent work and stuff, and I'm broke. Let's see. This manual is cool. I love this car so much. This is my favorite car. A 78. This is an 81. It's close enough. An 81 Corvette assembly manual. I love that body style. This is my favorite body style of the Corvette. Now, some years the Corvette I thought was kind of ugly, but this is my favorite right here. A 78